The Buddha's teaching on letting go of delight, Nandi. In the Buddha's teachings, Nandi, delight or enjoyment, refers to the attachment and pleasure that arise from sensual experiences, thoughts, and emotions. While worldly joy is often pursued as a source of happiness, the Buddha emphasized that such delight is impermanent and leads to suffering. True liberation arises when one transcends attachment to pleasure and develops dispassion, viraga, leading to ultimate freedom, nibbana. Letting go of Nandi is a central theme in Buddhist practice, particularly in vipassana, insight meditation, where one observes the fleeting nature of pleasure, pain, and neutrality. By seeing through the illusion of lasting happiness in sensory experiences, one develops equanimity and wisdom. Understanding Nandi, worldly delight. Nandi manifests in various ways, including delight in sensual pleasures, kamanandi, craving for sights, sounds, tastes, smells, and tactile sensations. Delight in views, dayanandi, attachment to beliefs, opinions, and ideologies. Delight in becoming, bhavanandi, craving for existence, status, and identity. Delight in form, rupanandi, attachment to physical beauty and appearances. Delight in mental formations, sankaranandi, pleasure derived from thoughts, emotions, and creations of the mind. The Buddha taught that attachment to these forms of delight creates suffering because they are impermanent, anicca, unsatisfactory, dukkha, and without self, anatta. By seeing their transient nature, one gradually loosens the grip of craving, ta, and moves toward true peace. How to let go of Nandi. The practice of abandoning delight involves cultivating wisdom, panna, concentration, samadhi, and ethical conduct, sila. The following methods aid in releasing attachment to pleasure. 1. Contemplating impermanence, anicca. By observing that all pleasures are fleeting, one sees that attachment to them leads to disappointment. This insight reduces craving and fosters detachment. 2. Seeing the unsatisfactoriness of sensual pleasure, dukkha. Pleasure is temporary and often followed by suffering when it changes. Recognizing this helps one transcend the endless pursuit of gratification. 3. Developing dispassion, viraga. Rather than being caught up in the cycle of craving and aversion, one cultivates an attitude of non-attachment, leading to inner peace. 4. Practicing mindfulness, sati, and insight, vipassana. By watching how pleasurable experiences arise and fade away, one realizes their conditioned nature, which weakens clinging. 5. Reflecting on death and impermanence, maranasati. By contemplating the brevity of life, one gains perspective on the futility of attachment to fleeting pleasures. 6. Developing higher forms of happiness. The Buddha spoke of noble joy, aryasukha, such as the happiness of generosity, dana, virtue, sila, and meditative absorption, jhana. These bring deep fulfillment without attachment. The ultimate goal, nibbana. True freedom comes from abandoning Nandi and realizing the unconditioned peace of nibbana. The Buddha described nibbana as the cessation of craving, ta-nirodha. The cooling of passion, viraga. The ultimate liberation from suffering, dukkha-nirodha. Letting go of delight does not mean rejecting all joy, but rather transcending shallow pleasures for profound peace. The joy of wisdom, compassion, and liberation surpasses all worldly delights. Practical application in daily life. To integrate this practice into daily life, one can observe desires and attachments as they arise, without indulging them. Cultivate contentment by appreciating simplicity and letting go of excess craving. Shift focus from external pleasures to inner fulfillment through meditation and wisdom. Practice renunciation in small ways, such as limiting indulgence in entertainment or luxury. Associate with wise and mindful individuals who encourage spiritual growth. Conclusion. Letting go of Nandi is not about denying happiness, but about seeing the limitations of sensual pleasure and moving toward a more profound, lasting peace. The Buddha taught that through insight and practice, one can gradually release attachment and experience the highest happiness, nibbana. Monks, when one sees with wisdom that delight leads to suffering, one lets go of delight. By letting go, one attains peace. The Buddha